we established that failing can be an event, but it does not necessarily make who you are. But then at what point is it okay? It's never okay. Let me take that back. At what point can a person be referred to as a failure?
You can be referred to, put differently, at no point can the person be referred to a failure except the individual defines him or herself as a failure. And that's really is where the catch is. We have to learn to release ourselves from the need of approval of others. Because usually when that reference is inferred, you are looking at yourself from the eyes of somebody who perceives you as a failure. I mean, if you check the Jack Ma's of this world, the Bill Gates, go and read their stories and their backgrounds. It's replete with several failures. And at some point in their lives, someone had looked at them and defined them as failures. Right. So it is dangerous to release yourself and define yourself from the eyes of others. Because what that does to you, it kills the initiative and the desire to get back up and to keep moving. So once you don't accept it as a failure, and a key element to moving into that realm of failing forward, because that's what it's called, you learn to fail forward, such that when you fail, you introspect and process the event. Like I said, if I had all Fs, rather than blaming the lecturer or the school, I need to ask myself, did I really study? Did I read wide enough? Did I understand the subject? And when I didn't, what effort did I make to look for who understands it? So when you do that, the person who introspects and then is failing forward learns to do things better, or at least to do things differently. And over time, those same people who may have assumed you a failure begin to see a different person. I mean, growing up, when I was in school, university, I didn't have a car, but even in those days, I had classmates who had cars in school. They traveled every summer holiday. I didn't even know where the airport was or what it looked like, because I just couldn't afford it. And a series of other such situations. When I look back now, those individuals would have said, and did say at some functions, because young people growing up in university, you go to a party and the likes, they come in their parents' cars that you don't have any. So you were termed a failure, more or less, even if they didn't say it to your face. But looking back now, some of those individuals that I still keep touch with, guess what? They don't have one car now. I have cars. I travel now. They don't travel. Then I was perceived a failure. And even now, I'm still failing in some instances, but I've learned to fail forward. So you never, at no point can you be defined a failure, except you yourself define yourself as such.
In other words, failure is never a tag that others are allowed to give to you, except you accept it. I think there is a particular quote, I don't remember if it is by Roosevelt now, that says that nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission.
Absolutely.
So in other words, no one can define you as a failure except you define yourself as a failure. We'll take some messages.